Good evening. Good evening. Uh, welcome. Welcome. I want to share with you today natural gifts, school, career, and money. Natural gift, school, career, Eugene, welcome, and money. Every one of us was born with a gift, whether you have found it or you have not found it. There is something that you do easily without anybody teaching you. There is something that you can do that people will ask you, so where did you train for this? Or where did you train? Who trained you to how to do this? I am of the opinion that God, who created us, packaged us with gifts, and every one of us has at least a gift. And our greatness is in identifying that gift, is in polishing that gift, is in upgrading that gift. That is where our greatness is. Now, when your parents or when your whoever sent you to school, when they were sending you to school, they never considered the gift that you came with. They just thought that they should send you to school so that you become whatever they thought that you should become. So that you become a lawyer, so that you become an engineer, so that you become a pilot, a nurse, so that you become whatever they had in mind. I think that if you are training a dog, if you have a dog and you're going to train that dog, you know that this is a dog and this is the kind of training that you give to a dog. If it's a cat and you want to send that cat for training, you will know the training that you give to cat. I think that they buck all humans the same. They think that you're a human being, so they send you to school, and they don't really take into consideration the natural gift that you came into this life with. And I think that's why most people in their adult age uh, live very unfulfilling life. Why? Because how the training was done, how the natural gift was identified, and how the school was added to it, and sometimes the career. You know, they don't consider your natural gift. They will send you to school, and then out of that school, and usually by the time you finish school, sometimes you're not working with your natural gift. You're not working with what they train you in. So the career is somewhere that which you have natural abilities for somewhere, and the school training is somewhere. And then you are looking for money. So the money is somewhere. I think that life is more fulfilling if the school training was on the talent, and if the career was built on a school training which was built on the talent. I think that if it is linked like that, life is more fulfilling. You live life on your own terms. You live life with a mission. You live life with sense of purpose. If somebody has trained you with those in mind. Now, the thing is that almost all of us, your parents or your whoever took care of you, whether you had parents, you didn't have parents, they did not consider that. Let's say me, I don't know how to draw human. I don't know how to draw. I don't know how to draw. If you see somebody drawing, I'm very much impressed, but I don't have that much natural flair for it. So if by chance, when they were sending me to school, they sent me to go and learn how to paint and draw. Artificially, I would be good at that because that would be the training that they probably would have given me. But I may not have, the natural gift for it. So the passion will not be there. The ingenuity, the intuition will be weak. I will not spend a lot of time thinking about it. I will not look at life from that point. Even though I may have school training, professional training, I may even have a job in that drawing, but I will not have, it will not occupy me. I will be easily exhausted when I go to work in that field because that's not something that I see in me. So any training that you have, maybe you're 30 years or 40 years or 50 years, maybe you're 10 years, or maybe you are thinking of your child. And a lot of parents, when they are thinking of sending their child to school, what they think about is that you will become this kind of personality or this kind of person, and then you will get a lot of money. So they are picking the courses, they are picking the programs, they are sending their children to school, and they are saying that I'm sure by the time that you finish university, this kind of program, this kind of profession, you get a lot of money. I think that's where the problem mainly is. Don't link any profession to any money. Money is like air. It's very neutral, it's very independent. It is learned and it is acquired, and hardly is it linked to uh, any profession, so to say, especially the ones that you're working, that they are giving you monthly salary. Money is not linked to that, and somebody else should have told us that that's not the way. So the natural, if you have missed it and you still have not found that which you're very good at, what are the things that you naturally do well. Some people are very good with their head, they think, they are intuitive, they can plan. Some people can sit down and imagine a lot of things. Some people are very good with reasoning, with analysis, with mathematics. Some people are very good with speaking. Some people are very good with their legs. Some people are very good with their hand. Some people, every one of us is gifted, and that gift can explode to any imaginable level if you were told that this is the gift that God gave you. And I think and I believe that before we even send somebody to school and before we even choose a course for anybody, we should look at that which they do and do well without even training. Then the school training will add up. So maybe the primary school, maybe the junior secondary school, those are general training. They teach you to read, they teach you to write, they teach you to do mathematics, they teach you all the things that they teach you in school. Those are for everybody. It's good. And there is nothing wrong if you teach human beings how to read, how to write. Africa is late because we have a lot of people that we have not taught how to read, how to write, and how to get organized, in terms of their thought and in terms of the environment. So there is nothing wrong with that. That is good. That is basic training. Human beings must know, every human being, I think, must know how to read, how to write, and how to do basic mathematics. Those are they cut across. No matter which gift that you were born with, no matter which profession that you have, those things I think everybody must know. Now, the next point is when they are going to the secondary school. That's where they are choosing whether they are going to do accounting, engineering, science, those things. Those things that will inform them when they go to the university, the kind of courses that they choose. That is where the problem is, because if you just academically good, they choose. The way our country is, when you're choosing a course in the secondary school, nobody really looks at what you're good at. Very few. have parents who would just be very comfortable to say that my son who is very good with whatever course that, or they are first in their class, they will say that go and do drawing or go and do communication or go and do something like that because you have natural flair for it. Most parents would want you to go and do the course that they think is prestigious in the society. So if you happen to be very much good academically, they will push you to go and do the top courses in our country. The top courses that the society looks at and say that this one went to school. And then you may not have the natural flair for it, the natural gift for it. You may not even have the personality for it, because your natural gift has something to do with your personality. There's a lot that you have to study yourself before you even would choose a course in the secondary school, which will decide the kind of course that you choose in the university. So most people just go to do any course. You just went to do any course. Just do it because that's what is there. And the thing is that because the whole thing is packaged for you to go and look for job, nobody is looking for you to become a great person. Nobody is looking for you to come with any innovation. Nobody is looking for you to come to explode with your gift, to change the course of destiny and the course of life for a lot of people. No, everybody is trying to send you through this because the whole agenda is that you must have a job, after you have gone to school, and that way you may get money. That is a basic classification of human talent. It's not true, it's unrealistic, and it's created a lot of frustrated people around the world. So not even only here, all around the world, people have been sent through this. They just send them through school. They don't look at what they are good at naturally, and then when they finish those courses, they go and get some job somewhere, and they work all their lives for monthly salary. And once the salary is coming, they are locked in, and they never become financially independent. They work all their lives to eat, and they live because they live in frustration, they live in pain, and they live and they give up on life because they think like, hey, so is this life? It's because it's coming from the foundation. It's because it's coming from the foundation. But there's a way you can correct it. There's a way you can correct it. There's a way that you can start to look at what you think you have a gift in. And sometimes you may not be able to go back to change the education, but you can re-educate yourself. If you want to make a mark with any gift, any calling, any discipline that you think God has given you. Yes, true, a lawyer who is selling musical instruments. Yes, because he has found out that the law he did it because the parents told him to do law. So he got to Legon, he picked the law, he finished the law, and he goes to court and he doesn't like it. He doesn't have the passion for it. He goes to court, he looks at the whole thing, he gets angry. He's frustrated because he doesn't have it. The natural talent is not there. I would rather pursue or develop my natural talent with the kind of education that I have and develop a career in that. The money is different. The money does not come because of any career. It's just difference in salary. But nobody really becomes a millionaire, and if you don't have tens of millions, you really are not free like that much, So when you're working, if they pay you 5,000 or 10,000, it doesn't make any difference. So even if they pay you 1,000 Ghana, what really makes people rich in terms of money is the kind of financial knowledge, the financial skills that they have developed, and the financial decisions that they make. But choosing the school, choosing the career, choosing the course, and forgetting about what you are naturally good at is what has created a lot of people who have become average. A lot of people have become just average because when they were picking the courses in the school, I have friends who are doctors, and the only way they happen to be doctors is because they were good in school. They were first in the class. But it does not necessarily mean that they could become doctors, because maybe they may not even like people. They may not even feel readily pain for people. That's why when any work that you're doing, that you are always frustrated and complaining, and you are not passionate with it, you only just go there because you don't know what to do with your life. That's the only thing that you think you do, and you feel it. You ache within, and you don't feel like you're making any contribution in your life. It's not going anywhere. That is a proof that you are you you miss it. You ache within. You see that your soul is sad, and there are a lot of people in that kind of category because they miss it. Maybe they were children. They were very good with football, but the father will never let them to play the football. Maybe they were very good with that. So the father said that no, 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 no. You have to become an engineer. So the father would take all, like the way people push a lot of their children with all kind of extra classes. The child is gone to school. They have pushed a lot of things on that child already. The child is 9 years, and when that child comes home, the child has another 3 4 teachers, because to the parents, if the child gets the grace, it means that the child will become great. Not necessarily. Not necessarily. Because in this life, to keep pushing and to keep fighting, to have the energy, the drive, the courage, you must have some kind of natural abilities in that. And you must have training in that natural abilities. Most of the great names that we hear in any field, those who continue to shine, those who continue to explode, those who continue to discover, your knowledge, your understanding, your wisdom is explosive when you have natural talent, when that is the package that you came into this life with, and when you have had professional training, when you're school. Let's say you had the natural talent, maybe with let's say law. When you were a child, they could see that your mind could process like a lawyer. You had the talk, you had the English, you had the school would then give you the English and all the things that they do at Makola. When you have that and you have the training and you happen to practice in that field as a lawyer, you explode. Those are the people that you hear their names. They can be 70 years, 80 years, and they still go to court. And they are always energetic. You see them, they are up to date. They are up to task. But that will not necessarily mean that they will be rich. That's the most amazing aspect of it. That does not necessarily. The fact that they are a fantastic lawyer, they had the natural talent for it, they had the education for it, and they're explosive in their field, does not mean that they will be rich, because money is on its own. What it takes, they may get salary, they may get paid for it, but what it takes to grow that money that they pay them with may be in a different field, or maybe it may require different talent. And so the finances require different talent, different expertise. Let's say you are just naturally a teacher. You are just good with teaching, so you love giving information to people. There are people like that, and so when they happen to be trained as teachers, they went to school, they are trained as teachers, and they are teaching. You can see that they are different from the other guys who are just teaching for the salary, who are just teaching because they have nowhere to go. They're just teaching because that's the only job that they can have. There is somebody is in always every school. There is a teacher somewhere who is just a teacher. Is born like that. When there's no textbook, that teacher can still teach. He's passionate about his students. He works with his heart. When you are in your element, when you are working, when you are developing, when you are building life on that natural gift, the gift decides your purpose. The gift decides your cause, your mission. The gift decides even the vision, the way, the inspiration that you get out of life. They are linked to the natural gift that God gave you. But they become polished based on the right training that you find. So you can see a lecturer somewhere in the university. You can see a teacher somewhere in a primary school. You can see that this one was born to be a teacher. Everybody will not come to school on time. He will come to school on time. He's so much concerned with what the children are becoming. He looks into the future of the children. He may not have money, but he's not complaining coming to work. That is somebody who has found a purpose. And if you know that you have found a purpose, it is built on that natural gift. And when it is built on that natural gift, you link that purpose to the lives that you're changing. When your life is built on that natural gift, that passion, that purpose, and you have the right training for it, it's always linked to improving lives and changing destinies. And hardly would you even link them to money. You have fulfillment that you cannot explain. Your life is unburdened. You're at peace, you're at rest. Because that's how you give those things for free. Because it's natural gift, it's in abundance. And the more you give it for free, sometimes, a lot of people, most of these guys who play football, if you put Sule Muntari, for instance, if you put him in a boxing arena, you can give him proper training, but you may see that he will struggle a bit. He may not even become a champion like the way he's a champion in football. Now, Sule's natural talent, without proper training, like the way he has gone through this premiership and they have given him tools, knowledge, proper training. That's why he can play with a skill. All these top footballers that you hear, a lot of them that you mentioned their name, they have the natural flair for it. They have the gift. So you see their heart. You can put them there and say, go and play. And anywhere you put them to play, you see the way they play. They even forget that it's not they're just playing friendly and they take it serious. You see that any moment they hit the ball or any moment they are on the field, you see that something kicks in them. That is a gift that they had. God gave them. If you meet somebody who is a writer, it's like that. Naturally, he likes writing. He gets the proper training. Everywhere he goes, he can see something that he's thinking about to put it in a book. You see the people who act, the actors. Say, not everybody has the gift for it, but those who have the gift and who have had the proper training, they develop career in it. You can see they are not tired. They are not tired. Even if when they are sleeping, you call them, they are acting. Because that's how they've been wired. That's why they've been packaged. That's why they've been, structured. Everything, their mind, their posture, their training, their world is like that. So the gift, you're supposed to build your world around that gift. That's where your expertise is. That's where your contribution is. That's what you change life with. There are politicians that you see, this one is a politician. He was born because he's patriotic, he's passionate, he wants to change the course of his nation. He's not thinking about what he will get. If you meet any politician who is selfish, he was not a politician. Because the natural gift is free. It flows from you to give. You can do it for free and you're never worried because you're at peace. Your joy is the lives that you are changing because you have that gift, which is package training. So if you meet any politician who is just looking at money, he is in the wrong profession. He said, and that's why we all complain. Because when you put them there, they don't perform anything. Don't change anything. Because they went there for themselves. If you were packaged, if you had the natural talent for it, and if they train you, and if you develop a right career for it, you change lives with that. You change lives with that. You change lives with that. So you see some people, they have the talent to cook. You can see that this one is cooked easy. So he can or she can just look at any ingredient and something else is coming in the mind. Some people are very innovative. They can come up with ideas that some people are just very much creative, like the people in the fashion industry. They just look at this color, they combine them, they come up with a cloth. Now that's natural. If you see your child with those kind of tendencies, you don't push that child to become a doctor. You don't push that child to become a lawyer. Because you can see that this child is able to put a lot of colors together. He's fashion person, So you train that child in that field. If it's money that you want, you train the child differently from the money. Because the money is different from the profession. The fact that the child is good with the fashion does not mean that he can build a fashion industry out of it, a fashion business. And some people are just naturally entrepreneurs. You can see they challenge every thought, they challenge every status quo. They are courageous, they can take risk. And you can see that they try to monetize and commercialize any idea that they think they have. If you are developing something, they come, they look at it. So this thing, do you think people can buy? These are entrepreneurs. They're looking at, okay, so how many problems that can this thing solve? Who do you think needs it? How much do you think we will produce this? And how much do you think we can sell this? Who do you think we can bring on board to make sure that this idea explodes? That's somebody with an entrepreneurial gift. So when that person gets the talent, gets the training, the proper training, and develop a career in that, it becomes explosive. So somebody like that, you do not push that person to become, let's say, a nurse somewhere. You kill that person, because that person will never survive in a controlled environment. His packaging is not like that. His packaging is freedom. His packaging is risk taking. His packaging is, putting talents together to build something. So you have to know what you're naturally gifted with, and then you have to have the right training in that. Then possibly, if you can build a career in that, you enjoy life. Life becomes more enjoyable, and it becomes less stressful. But to take it to the next level where you want to create wealth with it, that one, you have to know how to monetize it. You have to know how to grow the money that you are paid from that gift or from that career. So the fact that they are paying the footballer millions does not mean that that footballer may be able to build wealth with it. No, the footballer may be able to build wealth with it if he's able to pick that money that they are paying him and grow that money. That's why sometimes you can find a footballer after 5 years, everything is gone, because he did not add the knowledge money to it. The natural gift, the school training, the career can give you some amount of money, but it's not able to create the wealth. The wealth, consistent, continuous wealth, which is continually multiplying, is a whole independent training and a whole independent field. And that's why sometimes you meet people and they are trying to say that, oh, I was an actor here in Ghana, I work and I serve my country, and now I am poor. Yes, you identify your gift, you are an actor, probably they train you at NAFTI, you built a career in that, but that would not warrant you to become rich. Because for you to get the money, it calls for a whole different training. Even sometimes people who build businesses, it does not mean that you become rich. You become rich. It does not mean like that. Hey, Mamet, it does not mean you become rich like that, because you do something that you're passionate with. And that's how life is lived. Anybody that you see who is enjoying life and who is at the peak of performance, look at that. They have natural flair for it. They have the gift. They have had the required training in that, and they have built a career in that. They have built a career in that. Anybody that you see at peak performance, you see that. And anybody who continues to complain about life, frustrated, drag themselves to work, they don't know where the future is going for them, is because one of these is missing. It's either they were not able to identify the natural gift that they had, they were not able to have the right training in that, and they were not able to build the right career in that. So I don't think that you should box everybody. You should not box your children. You're saying that this is what I want you to become, then you become great. No, look at what the child is good at. What is the child good at? Then if perchance you want to help them to choose the right course, it should be something like that. And you don't choose those courses because you want money, because no money comes that way. Don't you know that every field there's somebody who is rich and there's somebody which is poor? Every field. Go to the Makola, the lawyers, go and see. There are lawyers who are rich, and there are lawyers who are very poor. Go and see doctors. There are doctors who are rich, there are doctors who are poor. Go and look for engineers. There are engineers who are rich, there are engineers who are very poor. Every field, you have somebody who is rich, who is poor. So the field itself, the profession itself, does not guarantee that you'll get money. So separate the money somewhere, and money is a full duty. You have to study it by yourself, and you have to get the right knowledge, the right information, and the right patience, the right kind of decisions that you make, and those are independent. So when you are choosing a course for yourself, or when you're choosing a career for yourself, and you link it to money, say that, oh, when I become a journalist, I will get money. That's why when you become the journalist, you became it, and after 5 years, you're not getting any money, and the politicians come and they say, take this 100,000 or 50,000 and go and lie. You do it because without it, that money that you thought you will get, you will not get. But for you not to compromise your ethics and your values, you have to study the money. You have to have the right information on money to get it. And so the natural talent, the school, the career, and then of course if you have money, life is a bit more, you know, I think it's sweeter to live life or knowing that you are living the life that you envision for yourself. And it comes by identifying these things. It does not necessarily mean that if you become this, it means that you'll be happy. No, there are natural things. And the contributions that you're making, the changes that you're making, the lives that you are influencing, the people that you're affecting, those are the things that bring joy. Those are the things that bring fulfillment. And most people, or most of us, when we were growing up, and the kind of schools that they sent us to, the kind of courses that they taught us, they never added that. So I think that's why most people end up becoming depressed, becoming frustrated, and failing at life. You know, failing at life, they fail at themselves, they fail at their family, and they even fail at the money because none of it or none of those choices were made, was made rightly. And so don't I think that don't push your children, don't push yourself, don't push anybody just because you want to get money, you choose any particular course. You don't need it. What you need is who, what am I? What do I have the natural flair for? What school training do I need? And is there any career for that? Is there any career for that? We heard of stories where parents will, I mean, it's a popular story where they say that this guy became something, a lawyer or something, a doctor or something like that. And when he got the certificate, he gave it to the parents to say that, yes, you forced me to go for this. Now I'm going to live my dream. So the guy stopped that and became something entirely different from the training or the profession that the parents forced him to get because he was not fulfilled. And life, you have to live. If you want a fulfilled life, very challenging life, so to say, where you are always challenging yourself, where you are always living, you are getting better. Productive life. Productive life is live mainly out of the natural gift that you have and out of the training that you have had on that gift, and building a career, building a profession out of that. I think that people who have found that are the people who live life, uh, you know, better. And they change things. They influence people, they change lives, they change destinies. Because they don't live life frustrated. They don't live life frustrated. They don't live life frustrated. So if you're choosing any kind of education for your people, for your child, look at the child. Look at what they are naturally good at. Look at that. They are naturally good at. And then maybe they will choose the kind of course that will bring the best training in that. And you see where we are as a country. Everybody is going for, now degrees are even profession themselves, So if I finish first degree, I want to get, mommy, so when masters, my country, mommy's on going masters. Masters to come and do what? The child has finished first degree. She does not know what to do. She doesn't know where she's going. And the parents will take it upon themselves, somebody who is above 20, and push that child to go and do masters, even though the first degree, she doesn't even know what to do with it. And then the child will go somewhere, Russia or somewhere, to go and do masters. Then they will say that, oh, then do your PhD. Then they will go and do PhD. They come, they don't know what to do. Why? Because somebody failed to look at their natural talent and look at the professional training that or the professional education that they may have, they should have, and then the career that they can build out of that. Because that's where you build. That's why you see people work out of energy. They work with energy. They are always upbeat. They are always strong, because life challenges are many. Said that if you are in a field that you don't have the energy for, when you don't have the courage for, because most of the things that you build with your natural flair, those are the things that you have courage in. Those are the things that you have inspirations in. Those are the things that your knowledge explodes in. The things that you drag yourself to learn, your knowledge doesn't grow. You just push yourself there. If you meet a very good painter who has been trained, he can teach you. You can talk about painting for 8 hours and it's not tired. If you meet a very fantastic surgeon who had the heart for it, who has the training, when you meet them and they are talking, they are linking all kind of things. because it's in them. That's what they embody. That's everything that they see in this life is like that. Because they can link, they can connect, all the top great achievers in life. That's what. So when you meet them, those are the things that they see. That's why they build great careers. Why? Because the amount of time that you would have to put in a career to become great is a lot. And so if it's the field that you didn't have that passion, that gift, that natural gift for, you will not be able to push those hours in. And if you're not pushing those hours in them, and you're dragging yourself, any career that you have, any job that you have, that you complain to go, that when they say come to work 5, close 4, 5 you are there, 4 you are gone, you will never become great in. You're just dragging yourself there for the salary. But the people who've been caught in that field, they come to work, they work, and they are not in haste to go home. And even when they are going home, they carry the job there. That's why they explode in those things. Any area. That's why, for instance, the people who are into entrepreneurship, for instance, the business, and who are in it only for the money, you see that they don't make the money. They don't make the money because you have to have the heart for it. Because if you don't have the heart for it, you will not be able to pay the price, make the sacrifices. And until you're able to put a lot of hours, a lot of investment, a lot of thinking, a lot of structuring, a lot of, planning, you make a lot of inputs in that, you are not going to get the results. And if you're not getting the result, if you're not making the sacrifices, the inputs, if you put in 2 hours every day, you're not going to get any results. Forget. Anything that you're doing, you just committed to it. No matter what, you're committed. 5 years, you're still committed. You're exploding, you're growing. 10 years, you're still committed. You're growing, you're exploding. That's why you become successful. That's why you become successful. That's why I think God gave us that gift, that talent. It's the base, it's the foundation for the energy, it's the foundation for the heart, it's the foundation for the wisdom to explode in that field. Every one of us is gifted like that. But unfortunately, they brought in this current education to kill that. So a lot of people, the talent is dead. All that they have is certificate. And the certificate is in something that they have no talent for. And that's why they drag themselves into that career. And the only thing that they are there is the salary. And that's why most people will never become great achievers. Because you're not going to get the money that way anyway. And you're not building any great career there anyway, because you don't like it. Just there because of money. And money does not come like that. Even if you steal it, it doesn't come like that. So maybe it's a mistake. Maybe somebody else did not tell you this, and they should have told us that. So if later you have found out that this is what I'm good at, you may have to consider giving some hours to that field. Later you find out that you're very good with this field, you may consider giving some hours, training yourself, and trying to make some decisions in that, because that's where your greatness is. The other field will only pay you salary. But that which can explode, and for you to become great, is where you've been gifted, where you've been properly trained. The gift alone cannot explode. You need the required training, the required knowledge in that field, and then the career, long hours in that field. That's why anybody, you can even become president and you're not there, you're not called there, you don't have the flair for it, you don't have the gift for it. And we have had a lot of presidents who were not meant to be presidents, and that's why they don't bring any change. The guy who has been prepared, who has the gift for it, when he becomes president for 5 years or 10 years, he explodes the country. They were called, and they had the right training. The heart is in the natural gift. Kigami, for instance, everybody is talking about him, but I can see somebody who had that natural gift for it, and possibly he had the training. And because he had the training for it, you see the career, the number of hours that he has put in this. That's why he's changing his country. Anybody else becomes president, he follows one radio station to the other, he becomes MP, those things, they destroy countries because they were not gifted. Their persona is not there. Anything that you have the natural flow for it, the gift for it. You're courageous in. You have courage. You are taking risk and you don't even know. That's why when people say that it's risky, it's risky. When you have the natural talent for it, when you have the training on that, everybody else is seeing it as risky, but you never see. You never see because that is the stable. You have the foundation, which is the gift. You are called into that, and then when you have the right training, and you build the career, because the career is where you are going to the field to practice, to train, and to polish the gift, polish the training, and that's where you explode. That's where you explode. So you're not going if you don't identify that. If you don't identify that, your life will be average. Nobody, I can tell you that. You look for the talent, you look for the training, and look for the long hours in that career. Then you explode. There are scientists who have found serious things because they just like to be scientists. So they don't want to meet people. They are in the lab. And they are very much fulfilled doing that. They don't care. They don't want to become politicians. They don't want to become journalists. They don't want to become rock star. They don't want to become musicians. They don't care. They don't like it. They're just there looking for the malaria parasite. They are looking for AIDS something. And when you meet them, those are the things that they're talking about. They talk about, they're very happy that they are finding something. They are fulfilled there. Because he was packaged with that. He was trained in that. And those are the guys identifying those things. Those are the guys who are seeing, who are coming out with the drugs, who are coming out with all these things in this field, because that is what they were born to do. Now, if you pick that person to make him a politician, you have killed him. You will run away from the radio station. You will not like the pressure. You complain. That which you have the natural thing for, that which you have the natural gift for, that which you have had that training in that natural gift, you will not run away. You will not complain. Everybody else is saying it cannot be done. You say that it can be done, and you don't even remember the hours that you have put in. You can be choked mentally. You're just obsessed in it. You're possessed. 3 hours you have been at that thing, and everybody's saying that, and then you are even looking wow, like the people who play musical instruments, for instance, those who are gifted to play and who have been trained. They can sit on the musical or maybe the piano. They can sit on it from morning to evening. They have not eaten, and they will not even remember because they have it. When they play, you can see that this guy is gifted and he's been trained in it. Those who are programmers, computer guys, same. There are engineers, when you see them, they are working on drawings. They don't even remember food because they were gifted like that, and they are in that. And that's what those are the guys who are able to come up and make names in any field because they had the talent, they had the right training, and they paid the duration, the required duration in that field to explode. And the thing is that those people must not necessarily link these first three: the talent, the school, the career, to money. Because the money is different. It's like air, it's like water. You have to have the right training to get the money. And so when you said that, oh, my uncle was a professor and he was very good, but he died poor, it's because he did what he liked. He had the talent, he liked teaching, he changed a lot of lives. That's the essence of the career, of the training, and of the talent. You go through those to come and change lives, come and change destinies, to make your name there. But to become rich, that's a different ballgame. You have to go and study the money. The fact that you have the talent for it does not mean that you're going to get money. So you say that Kwame and Padu sang a lot of, Kwame and Padu was a great musician, and he wrote a lot of songs, he sang a lot of songs, he had talent for it, possibly he had some training in it, we don't know. And then he built some career out of that. But Kwame and Padu does not necessarily have to become rich just because he was a good singer. He must learn that money is independent of all this. So no career, no school course, not even no natural talent will make you money. It just link you to live a fulfilled life that you can change and contribute to a lot of lives, and help people find themselves. So if you link them to money, then it becomes a problem. And most people are picking the school and the career because of the money. And that's where the frustration sets in. That's where the frustration sets in. So the natural gift, you have to know what is it that you think that you have the passion for. What is it? And then you train in that. And you go for the right training, the right tool, because there is knowledge for all this. Whatever that you identify, somebody else. There are schools that are training people in that. There are colleges, there are individuals, there are things that can train you on that gift. And then you build a career in that. That's the best form. So when you see somebody who's living a very fulfilled life, you may not even have a lot of money, you may not even have all the things that people have, but they are very fulfilled. Why? Because they identify that. You can also see somebody who has all this but very unfulfilled and complaining and dragging themselves, and they live in pain, they live in fear. When you're living in fear, it means that you have not found yourself. When you're afraid of your future, when you are not sure the contributions that you're making, the lives that you're changing, when you're not sure, it means that you have not found yourself. It doesn't matter the profession. You can meet some nurses, the way they talk about the people that, especially midwives. You can see this midwife that has nothing, but she comes to work every day early in the morning. She talks to the pregnant women well. She treats them well. She's very passionate. She does not even discuss her salary with anybody. Her joy is to see the babies born healthy and the mother healthy. That's somebody who found the talent and who had the right school in it and who's built a career out of that. There are a lot of people like that. When you meet the other one who is there crying and talking about the salary, she doesn't come to work at all. She's not found herself. That's not a place for her. She's not a nurse. She's something else. So when you're there and you're looking for money, you don't know yourself. But the things that you're changing, the course, the vision, you can see all the great ideas that are coming out of the talent and the training that you've had. That is the life that you live. And you never become selfish. If you meet somebody with that kind of part developed, they're not selfish. They just share. Somebody is calling you, oh no, 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 no. Why are you not charging for it? No, I don't need it. Because he knows how to make the money. Not with this. Not with this. That's why they say that a man's gift will bring him before prominent men. It's true. It's true, because you do it freely. And you do it without getting exhausted. And you're always having new revelations of it, how to do it differently. And God gifted everybody in different way. That's why you're never competitive. I don't care, You never compete with another person because your gift is with you. It's like your DNA. You just have to develop it and grow it. You don't care what somebody else is developing. Somebody should develop what they have. You also have yours. So you're never in competition or jealous of somebody else, what they are developing. No. So if I think that this is my gift, I develop it. If I see another person who is very good at something, I'm just inspired that somebody else will also develop themselves like that. But I'm not jittery. I'm not in competition with that person. I don't care. Why? Because I've found myself. So you have to find yourself. You have to find your natural talent. You have to train yourself. And if you happen not to have that training, then go and personally get books and read them in that field. Because without that, you'll never live a fulfilled life. You live competition. And any little trouble will shake you. Any little trouble. You see the people who are really soldiers. When they are going to war, they go to war. They are not afraid. The one who was just there because he wanted monthly salary. He doesn't want to go to war. He's afraid. He doesn't have the courage for it. You see somebody who is into fire service, for instance, he has it. It's in him. He sees the fire and he's exploding. He wants to go and kill it because he was gifted for it. If you're like me and you don't have that kind of passion, that kind of talent, you don't go there. No matter how much money they pay there, I don't need it because it will not build me. It will not explode me. I will never become great there. I'll never become great there. So you have to find that, and you have to help your children to also find that. That's why you don't worry so much about the grades that your children are getting. You worry about the identification that they are making about themselves, the kind of future that they can build based on those, the kind of training that they can get. You don't worry about whether he's getting A or B. Is he getting the right definition of himself or of herself? Are you able to identify the things that they are naturally good at? And do you think that you have the part for them to develop it in terms of school, in terms of academics? And you only tell them that the money is different. And all these things that people are very passionate about, profession, career, all these things that people are making and who forget about the talent, it's because they want salary. The thing is that if it's money that you want, nobody becomes rich by monthly salaries. Nobody becomes rich by monthly salaries. You only become rich. Yes, yeah, black. No individual came on it accidentally. Everyone came with a key to unlock a particular problem. Yes, that's it, and that is based on the natural gift that God gave them. But the training is required for that gift to be developed. And then if that gift is developed, that gift must work. That's why the profession, the career comes in, to solve problems, to help people. Because every problem that you're solving is eventually will improve somebody's life. But the fact that you're doing those does not mean that you're going to get money. That's where the confusion is. Because people think that because they are very good teachers, they must get money. Because they're very good doctors, they must get money. Unless you steal. Other than that, you have to go and get the right financial knowledge, the financial skills, the right investments, the right patience, to be able to have the courage to take risk with money. Then you will get money. And the fact that you are a very good lawyer does not mean that you're going to get money. If you're a very good politician and you are honest, it does not mean you'll get money. They'll pay you monthly salary, that's all. And nobody becomes rich with monthly salary, no matter how much they pay you. You become rich by making the right financial decisions with what you get, with the money that you get, how the right decisions that you're making with that money. So maybe they pay you 10,000 and you are buying Land Cruiser with the 10,000. You're not going to become a millionaire, forget. Just ride your Land Cruiser and build your 10-bedroom house, but you not become if they are looking for people who can bring 100 million, you will not be part of it. So these are basic things that they should have told us. And usually what they tell us is that, hey, you're just born, they send you to kindergarten, you go there, and if you're a good student, you go there, they send you to Pogwari school, and they send you to come University, go and do engineering. Then they say that go and find some engineering job and do, and then you lock your life forever. You're uninspired, you don't take risk, you live very selfish and calm life, things like that. You're not even happy with the kind of life that you live. You live life to fulfillment. If you identify the talent, get the right training, develop a career in it, and you don't become scared. You are not afraid of taking risk if it's in your field. Do you think that Shatawali is afraid of going to the stage to sing? He doesn't care. He will sing because he has his talent, he's developed it, and he's spent years in that field. Do you think that these footballers, you think that when they are going to play the football with the right, do you think they are scared? No, they're not scared. You think the boxers who have identified that they are boxers and they have had the right training, think that and have gone through all this, do you think that they are scared? No, they are not scared, because your courage is built when you have found your talent, when you have found your natural gift. That's where courage is built. So you live fear. If you're afraid, it means that which you have built as a profession, as a career, was not built on a natural talent. So you're afraid. You're afraid, you're scared. You don't take risk. You keep the status quo. And that thing came from school. It came from the school. So the school has done a lot of damage, even though it has helped us, especially the university one has done a lot of damage. I think the JHS and the SHS probably helped all of us to read, to write, to speak, whatever they want us to speak, English, and do some level of mathematics. When you got to the university, that's what the damage is. So many people have swayed from their natural talents and ventured into other areas in order to make ends meet. That's it. And that is what has brought the frustration. So you see that now you're frustrated. You thought that your life would be good, but now you're a doctor, you're a lawyer, you're a professor, but you look at life and you are not happy. Why? Because it was not built on that natural talent. And you should have had that training on the natural talent, and then you build a career out of that. I remember when I was finishing the masters and my professor asked me, there is an offer for PhD, and I was thinking you consider that. I said, Prof, me, I don't even know where my life is going, but I don't think that I am cut to be academic. I am not. I don't think. When I see the professors, I don't think I can be one. It's not an environment that I can be. So, no, I can't. Maybe later, if I think I can, I will come back. So I didn't know, but I just look at the environment and say, no, this is not for me. Because I think that my temperament, my thinking, the way I see life was not academic. So I just, at least I made good option not to be, But there are some people who look at professors and they are inspired. They're happy. They like it. They can go to the lecture theater and they teach all the chemistry and they are very happy. They talk to their students, they call them, they find out what they are doing, and that's where they get their drive, their happiness. Everything is where towards that. They can be in the classroom for 10 hours and they are not tired. They can go to the lab. You see, because they have that, those guys are never frustrated with their lives. They're happy. They're happy. I think that I have the otherwise. I think that I have a very, I have an enterprising spirit. So even if you started the business and things were not going well, people will laugh at you, people will ridicule you, people will say all kind of things, but they didn't get to me because I was blind. That's what the natural talent does to you. It blinds you from everything else, every pain, every ridicule, every obstruction. You don't get it. You become focused on that which you want to do. So once you identify the field, you're focused. So I don't care. I mean, one mistake to the other mistake, one mistake to the other mistake, one mistake to the other mistake, and you keep growing. You keep growing because that's where your talent is. That's where your flair is, and you start to explode. When you see books, when you go to the library, what books get your attention? When you go to the bookshop, what books get your attention? What is the book that you are reading and you're never tired? What is the movie that you're watching and you're looking at that character and you're like, it's like you. Who do you see who inspires you? Who is your hero? In what field? If it's your natural talent, you see that the books that you even pick naturally, they are there. You look at life from that position. People who have been great in that field, they inspire you. Me, if I see a professor, listen, there is a great professor, but they don't get me. But if I see somebody who's an entrepreneur who has done something, I get inspired. If I go to the library or if I go to a bookshop, those are the books that I pick. I pick business book. I pick books that are breaking things that I don't understand. If you see the books that I'm reading books about those. I never get tired reading books about these things. But if you put a microbiology book there, I cannot read it. I can't. Why? Because it's not me. But you can have somebody who will see business book and no, I can't read this. But microbiology, he's reading it. He's very happy. You can read it for hours, and it's coming. It's connect. You see, if it's natural talent in you, it connects with the universe, and there's a flow of revelation constantly, because that's what you are connected to do. That's what you are wired to do. That's what you are networked to do. So your knowledge is explosive. Your wisdom is explosive. So everything that you've been gifted in, everything that God has given you, everything that you were born to solve here, it's explosive. And then your knowledge is eternal in that. Nobody understands where you get the revelation. You yourself, you may even, oh, so where is this coming from? Because it is in you. Because it's in you. So every one of us has that. The only thing is that the school and the choices that they made for us. The school cut the natural talent, and the school took over and linked it to job. So we have a bunch of people who will never unwind. Will never unwind. So they live pain. They live frustrated. You can see that. No matter where they live, no matter which position they have, they can see that there's something missing like somewhere that they are looking for, and it's tough for them to look. It's tough. It's tough for them to look, and they are looking for it. Sometimes they start to drink. Sometimes they look for women. Sometimes they look for all kind of things. Some of them are looking for it, in all kind of ways. But it's connected to your natural talent. It's connected to your core. It's connected to your gift. It's connected to your vision, your talent, your purpose. That's what it's connected with. And the moment you find it, you see that everything else becomes relaxed. You live life to the optimum. Jesus said one thing: for this cause I was born. For this. I think that's why the guy was never tired, He knew what he was about to do. For this. So every revelation was connected to that. For this cause. For this was I born. I was born for this. Can you say that? Were you born for something? Have you identified? Until you can answer that question, your life you live for job, it will never be fulfilled life. Never. You will never live a fulfilled life when you live only for job. Never. For this cause was I born. Can you identify that? And you see the number of lives that you have changed, the number of inspirations that you have given out because of that. Nobody was born to only live and work to be paid and live with their children. Nobody was born that way. There was a gift in everybody. And every one of us, our gift can explode. Explode. Everybody's. And when you meet friends, it's there. When you meet your family, it's there. What is it that people call you to ask you on? It is there. It is there. Everybody has it. Everybody. And that's what the beauty of life is. That's what the beauty of life is. That's where people live out of their heart. Out of their heart. So when you see somebody calm, collected, disciplined, focused, it's because they have found that. When you see somebody who's always quitting job, leaving job, looking for here, moving here, haphazardly, not focused, not connected, not calm, he's not living meaningful because he's not living connected to that. Connected to that. And so you can help your children to live that kind of upper life. That's why they change destiny. That's why they change destiny. And every human being is looking for that. Every human, no matter what they part on you, you're looking to connect with that. That's why you can see 70-year man trying to connect. He's looking for something, he's not finding it. And you can't find it in school. Not in degrees, no. It's in you. You can only find that in you. Then the school can help you to upgrade it and to polish it. So that's how you leave a mark here on earth. So when you see great politicians, they have found it. Great writers, they have found it. Great actors, they have found it. Great business people, they have found it. Great preachers, they have found it. If you meet a nurse that everybody is looking for, you go there, she's lively, everybody is connected with her, she's found that. Everyone you meet who sparks life is found that. It's found that. And so it's in every one of us. So you find it. And once you find it, if you have missed it, you can still find it. Look for it. You cannot ask anybody. It's in you. Look for it. Go and get the books. Educate yourself. You may have been educated as an engineer, but you can see that, no, this is what I'm good at. Start to read on that. Start to read on that. Start to do it. Start to find it. Because that's where you take courage. That's where your courage explodes. You're confident in your natural. So you take the risk. You see the guy who was in France. They said that some child was falling somewhere, and that guy, everybody saw danger. He did it because he had it. He had that. He had that. So I don't know how, but he had that. So when everybody else was thinking of how about if you fall, if you have the call, you don't think like that. They may even kill you, and you will not see that they are killing you. So when you are extra careful, it's because you have not found yourself. You have not found your talent. You have not been educated in it. You have not been trained in it. You have not built a career out of it, and you are looking for money. So you jump from the school to money, and that's why you're not getting the money. Because money is different. Nobody works to get money. You can't get money working and be being paid every month. Nobody. You can create a million, no matter where they live. This world, I can tell you, no matter where they live, whether they live in Ghana or wherever they live, nobody is being paid anywhere who has 100 million and it's only monthly salary they're waiting for. No, they are right information. If they are employed, it means that they are making right investment decisions. That's why they have richness there. And so the money is never on the salary. The money is on a different terrain. So don't teach your children to just go to school and look for a job. That's why they live in pain, in struggle, and menial life. And that's why they don't change their nation. So if you're going to change our nation as Africa, then we have to teach the children to live out of that reason that they were born. And God packaged them with that. Then you give them that education in that field and leave them. And don't link them to money. The money, if the child wants money and and it's good for them to get money, then they must go and study money. You see, because it's neutral. It's never linked to any profession. Never. So you don't link going to school with money. It's not true. If going to school gets you money, then everybody who didn't go to school must not have money. Why there are a lot of people who cannot read who have money. So money is independent. Money is independent. Live a fulfilled life, identifying a natural talent, getting the right education in it, building a career with it. That's why you explode. That's why you become great. That's why you can see that you live in a fulfilled life. That's why you can live your dream. Your dream. So thank you for watching. There's more. Thank you for watching. Kwame, thank you for watching. Thank you.